Hello, Mass Effect Nation. This video is the first episode in a new series that I have been wanting to do for a long time. One thing I have noticed about covering Mass Effect Andromeda for quite some time is just how amazing the fans are. You all are an amazing, strong, and passionate fan base. Together, we can hold the line and fight off another Reaper invasion. This video is about you, Mass Effect Nation. I want to give you a brief update on my channel, and then I want to share with you all some of your favorite comments, and some of my favorite comments as well. These comments are left by you all either on my YouTube videos here, or on my Twitter page. After all, it's you, the fans of Mass Effect Nation, that keep me motivated and passionate about bringing you the latest news and theories regarding Mass Effect Andromeda. Thanks for all your support. Now, a quick update on my channel before we jump right into the comments. I plan to upload at least 2 videos a week now. I had to deal with moving and college quests over the last 2 weeks, but luckily my quest log is empty now and I'll always have plenty of time to dedicate to making videos and keeping you all in the know. I also have a new microphone and webcam on their way in the mail as well. It should be here soon unless Cerberus hijacks the cargo ship, so I'm looking forward to improving my video quality. The microphone I'm using now is a crappy USB microphone. I have to pretty much yell at this microphone and act like I'm trying to talk to a Vorcha. I'm also considering expanding my video library as well to include new things, but more on that later. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel to be part of Mass Effect Nation, and help share the channel and videos so other Mass Effect fans can be part of this awesome community and be in the know. Now, speaking of Mass Effect Nation, let's get to your comments. I actually read every comment left by each of you. I try to comment back when I can, too. And in this video series, I want to share with you all some of my favorite comments and some of the most popular ones amongst the community as well. I'll also discuss any interesting comments and answer any questions you may have. I plan to continue this series, so be sure to watch and comment on my future videos, including this one, if you want a chance of having your comment being featured in a future episode. Feel free to ask me any questions as well. Now, the first comment comes to us by Tim Husk. I really like his comment because he suggests something I could actually see happening. Tim says, the Pathfinder symbol looks closer to a redesign of Cerberus than a mass relay. But maybe that's just me. I'm also highly doubtful that Cerberus would have any legitimate involvement in the Pathfinder program. If they still exist at all, it's more likely we'll have a sleeper agent in our crew or something to that effect. Anyway, I'm sure the Pathfinders have been around for a long time and may have even been the ones to make first contact with the Turians. So perhaps the badge actually is supposed to symbolize a relay jump gate. Among all the other history and lore questions, I'm hoping Mass Effect 4 provides us opportunities to learn more about the Pathfinders and where we fit in the System Alliance. He leaves this comment on my video about where I discuss how I think we'll get to the Andromeda Galaxy, and I like this comment. I like the idea of there being a sleeper agent in our crew during the whole game. Imagine playing the whole game, overcoming all the odds, the crazy missions of the adventure with your crew, and defeating the main threat. Then, in the last 5 minutes of the game, it's all realized that John Mr. Smith whoever guy has been a Cerberus double agent the whole time. Also, I haven't heard about Pathfinders being the ones who first met the Turians right before the First Contact War. I'll have to look into that. And as for your jump gate comment, I'll leave you this image that BioWare shared with us during the N7 podcast last year. If anything is a jump gate, I bet you this is it. The second comment comes to us by Little Light. Little Light says, Razor, thank you again for all the amazing content. You're an amazing YouTuber and I think you should keep it up, man. You have a lot of potential. Just keep it up. You're my favorite information bringer about my favorite series. You have an amazing community and I think you're going to go far. I really do, and thank you for your content. One thing you're definitely right about is the amazing community. Mass Effect has a strong community and I'm glad to be part of it. I just want to do my part and bring you guys the news and all the interesting theories so that way the fan base can still have stuff to talk about until the game comes out, or until BioWare feeds us new bits and pieces of information, like the fish in Commander Shepard's cabin. Hopefully BioWare is nicer to their fish than I was to mine. Now, as I said before, I do read every comment left by all of you, because it's the amazing Mass Effect fanbase that motivates me to keep me going, combined with my love for this franchise. Comments like these make me smile more than a Hanar who just got asked a question about the Enkindlers.
Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers?
I appreciate all your support, and it means a lot to me to know that you all like these videos. Glory to the Enkindlers. The third comment is an interesting one as well, something I could totally see being possible. This comment is by Life by Mike, and he says, I'm going to add on to your theory a little bit. What if the desert level picked in the trailer is a tutorial level? The N7 guy would be like Nihilus Krieg from Mass Effect 1. After some bad things happen, possibly the new enemy building from the trailer, N7 guy dies, gets captured, or even maybe turns on your team. Us, as the player who would be second in command, now get to be in the commander of the Pathfinder mission, and tutorial mission. Now, Life by Mike left this comment on my recent video about who I think the main character is, and I could totally see the Alliance sending an experienced N7 operative to lead the colonization of the Andromeda Galaxy. After getting to know this operative and seeing him as a stable and secure leadership figure, it would make sense for BioWare to introduce the main enemy of the game by having them kill this character off. That will give us a more personal reason to hate the enemy and to want to get revenge. Losing the N7 operative will leave us to pick up the pieces and take control, trying to continue the Alliance's mission. It would also make sense for the footage shown in the trailer to be from a tutorial world rather than something extremely important to the story, such as something that could hold possible spoilers. The next comment was also left on my video about the main character, and it's by Christy1990AN, and she makes an interesting observation. She comments, "Still don't understand the thing with the main character. BioWare got me really confused." Then she links this picture. If you remember, this was one of the teaser concept images BioWare showed fans during Comic-Con back in 2014. Christy brings this up because BioWare stated that the N7 character in the trailer was not the main character. However, last year during Comic-Con, BioWare shared this model while talking about the main character. This seems somewhat conflicting at first, seeing how it seems BioWare said that this N7 operative was the main character last year at Comic-Con, and then saying at E3 this year that that N7 operative was not the main character. However, if you remember at Comic-Con last year, BioWare stated that the person in this image is not the main character, just that the main character will be human. Then they said they couldn't get into it more than that quite yet, meaning that they showed this concept image just so fans could get an idea of how the human armor and character model would look for both male and female character models. Remember, they shared the female character concept image as well, and they even showed this concept image of male armor, which have no N7 insignia or colors on it whatsoever. Still, I like your comment, and your perception skill has increased by 2. The next comment is left to us by Crappy Nappy, someone who apparently dislikes their overall napping experience. Crappy McNappy Times left this comment on my last video discussing who the main character might be, like the last 2 comments I just featured. And Crappy McNappy Times says, I think it's John Cena. The next comment is left to us by someone who has been a loyal member of Mass Effect Nation for quite some time, Aldrin Shepard, said to be directly related to Commander Shepard, or to Commander Shepard's space hamster, I'm not sure which. Aldrin Shepard comments, strike teams, multiplayer part of Mass Effect Andromeda perhaps. If you remember, during the survey leak on Reddit a while back, the leak that accurately predicted that the game would take place in the Andromeda Galaxy along with a few other things, the leak also stated that strike team missions would be in the game and would make up the co-op aspect of the game. Several aspects claimed by this leak have turned out to be true. Does that mean the rest of the information in the leak is true as well? There's a good chance, and there is even a higher chance of co-op making a return in Mass Effect Andromeda. After all, co-op was in Dragon Age Inquisition. I was actually a huge fan of the way the multiplayer aspect of Mass Effect 3 was implemented. Hopefully it's similar yet improved in Mass Effect Andromeda. The next comment embodies a theory I've seen circulating the extranet recently about the N7 operative. Seth Coma says the N7 operative could also be your enemy. You don't know for sure that the Mako came from his ship. Maybe you are already on the desert planet and he is hunting for you, or the Mako could be a common vehicle throughout the galaxy that not only your character will pilot. So many options, especially when knowing so few real details. Great point in that last sentence right there. Seth also has another great point. Maybe that N7 operative was hunting for us. He could have saw that we, as the main character, were on that desert planet, so he landed to pursue and confront us. Also, I like the idea of there being other explorers from the Milky Way galaxy and Andromeda galaxy as well. It would give us a bit of competition, and it would be interesting to run across another Mako driving around. Mako fight, anyone? Anyway, great comment, Seth. I hope you wake up from that coma soon. The next comment also embodies another theory I've seen circulating around the community. This comment is on my video explaining how I think we'll get to the Andromeda Galaxy, and it involves this image that leaked to us with that Reddit leak I mentioned before. As you likely know, this image is the emblem and symbol for the Pathfinders, the Alliance team sent to the Andromeda Galaxy. Gamer Girl Assassin X thinks, I think that badge looks like on the bottom are some arrows pointing in a doorway or some kind of passage. It also a little bit reminded me of Cerberus. I love Mass Effect and can't wait for the fourth one. Me too. I've heard many fans state that this logo reminds them of a Cerberus logo, and I'm somewhat inclined to agree. Beyond the obvious orange and white colors, the very structure of this logo reminds me of Cerberus. However, I am not entirely convinced that Cerberus may have a hand in any of this. While I wouldn't be surprised, I feel that Commander Shepard dealt too much damage to Cerberus during the previous Mass Effect games. I would be surprised to see Cerberus have enough assets or funds to support a huge trip to the Andromeda Galaxy, but who knows, we'll find out for sure at some point soon. Now, only a couple more comments left. This next one is from Mokaksu, from him. From this person, and they say, I hope everything starts anew. No Milky Way, no Earth. If people from Milky Way were to travel to the Andromeda Galaxy, it'll be on regular FTL drives, not mass relays, and that'll take years or centuries to reach. That may explain why that N7 guy was still using old tech weapons if the story was set long after Mass Effect 3. I guess the Pathfinder's original mission was to build a mass relay in Andromeda so that they can connect back to Milky Way. Maybe the native Andromedans don't really like that the idea of Milky Way colonists are riding into their lands like cowboys, and so things escalated pretty quickly. I really like this comment, you are totally right. Without Mass Effect relays, it would take centuries to travel between solar systems, let alone entire galaxies, even with Mass Effect era FTL drives. That is why I really like your idea of having to build a Mass Effect relay in Andromeda for the Alliance. Maybe we need to build a Mass Effect relay to get back to the Milky Way galaxy, and after doing so, we find the Milky Way in the aftermath of the Reaper War. The next Mass Effect game after Mass Effect Andromeda could be Mass Effect Milky Way, rebuilding the Milky Way after the Reaper War. Anyway, as cool as that sounds, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. The final featured comment of this episode is actually from my Twitter page. Check for a link to my Twitter below. Make sure to follow it to stay in the know for my Mass Effect news and news on my channel. Anyway, as you may have heard, Pluto passed by the Earth recently. I tweeted this photoshopped picture of Death Star Pluto, and Ken Cohen commented stating, I'm still holding out hope that they find a mass relay below the surface of Charon. Now, I love this comment because I've actually thought the same exact thing a long time ago. Mass Effect lore states that the very first Mass Effect relay was discovered frozen within Charon, one of Pluto's moons. It stated that Charon itself was actually the Mass Effect relay, simply frozen and left unattended for so long, since the fall of the Prothean Empire. This mass relay essentially allowed humanity to explore the galaxy properly, which in turn introduced them to the Council races. It was the beginning of everything. If I heard that they found a mass relay really frozen within Charon in real life, I'd freak out. With excitement at first, then with the fear of a possible Reaper invasion, because if mass relays are real, then what about... Now, these are all the comments I wanted to share with you in this video. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I plan to make a lot more like it. So please, be sure to comment below on each one of my videos. Now, I want to end with a question for you all, Mass Effect Nation. And that question is, what would you like to see most from the Milky Way galaxy in Mass Effect Andromeda? Or do you not want to go to the Milky Way galaxy at all? Please comment below explaining why or why not and what you'd like to see most, and I'll feature some of my favorite comments and some of the community's favorite comments in my next Community Spotlight video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to be part of a Mass Effect Nation, a strong community of fans who hold the line and stand together, sharing real Mass Effect news, theories, and information. Help build a strong community of fans so we can let BioWare know that the Mass Effect franchise is loved and followed. Now, since I couldn't feature all of my favorite comments, I'd figure I'd end and close the video out with a few honorable mentions, so enjoy. And as always, thanks for watching, Mass Effect Nation.
I should go. I should go. I should go. I should go.